Today, inshallah, we are going to continue the story of one of the most important, one of the most interesting of all the prophets, and that is Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, Abul Anbiya, the father of the prophets, the father of Tawheed, the oneness of Allah. Yesterday, we wanted to talk about the importance of Hasbi Allahu wa ni'mal wakeel. And the meaning of Hasbi Allahu wa ni'mal wakeel is Allah is sufficient for me. Allah is enough for me. I don't need anybody else. I don't need anything else as long as I have Allah. And this was the statement of Ibrahim alayhi salam. We're going to find out when Ibrahim said that. Yesterday we stopped in the part of the story where Ibrahim alayhi salam, as a young boy, he challenged his father and the whole people in the city, told them that he did not believe in their idols as gods. So what he did was he went in the temple and destroyed all the false gods. As a punishment, they burned a huge fire and they wanted to throw Ibrahim in it. The fire was so huge. Like I said yesterday, it took days and days to add more wood into the fire to make it burn more. When they were ready to put Ibrahim alayhi salam in the fire, it was so huge they could not come near the fire. They had to put Ibrahim in like a slingshot and throw him inside the fire. Yesterday we stopped where Ibrahim was flying in the air, literally flying in the air and about to drop into the huge fire. He was very close to dropping in the fire. And then something amazing happened. What happened was Allah sent an angel, Jibril alayhi salam. And the angel came. So see how angels can come so swiftly. Angels can come in a jiffy, in a twinkle of an eye. So from the moment Ibrahim was in the air, about to be dropped inside the fire, that very short period of time, Allah sent an angel and the angel was able to come. Imagine how quick that is. And then the angel spoke to Ibrahim directly and said, "Oh Ibrahim, do you need any help? Can I be at any service to you?" Imagine if any one of us was in that situation. The fire is right here burning. You see the fire, huge fire burning. And you know if you drop into it, you're going to turn into ashes. Immediately, the angel asked Ibrahim, "Can I help you? Can I save you? I'm here. All you got to say is, yes, please help me, and I will help you." But guess what Ibrahim said? Ibrahim said, "I only need help from Allah." It's not time yet, don't worry. Abdullah, you're looking at the clock. It's not time yet. So Ibrahim said, "I don't need help from you. I only need help from Allah." That is when he made that statement, Hasbi Allahu wa ni'mal wakeel. So whenever you hear this statement, Hasbi Allahu wa ni'mal wakeel, the origin, the source of this statement, number one, was Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. But the same statement was repeated again in another time that was difficult also. And that was during the time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And this was during the battle of Uhud. You know, after the battle of Badr, the first battle of the Muslims, first jihad, first war was Badr, in which the Muslims had a great victory, wonderful victory. But the non-believers wanted to take revenge. So they called Muslims to face again a few months later. And they faced at the mountains of Uhud. And when they met, this time the battle was fierce. The battle was difficult. The Muslims were losing very badly. Many of them were butchered, not just killed. And it was only a few Muslims left around the Prophet ﷺ. Some of them even ran away. Why they were losing the battle? Because they did not follow the advice of the Prophet. Disobedience. Jazakallah khair. They disobeyed the Prophet. The Prophet told them, ﷺ, he appointed 30 of them on top of a mountain and said, do not come down. No matter what happens, stay on the mountain. And as they saw Muslims were winning the beginning of the battle, and some of them were taking the spoils of war, these guys on top of the mountain ran down. When they came down, now the non-Muslims came back and surrounded them. The Muslims were losing badly. Many of them were killed. This is when Hamza, the uncle of the Prophet, was killed in a very ugly way. Many of them were killed. But during that moment, when Muslims were running away, some of them were still around the Prophet ﷺ. The Prophet, they struck him on the head. He lost some teeth. His face was struck. He was bleeding from head to toe. Some of them thought that the Prophet had died. He fell down in a hole. And the kuffar were chanting. They were happy. Muhammad is dead. Muhammad is dead. But at that moment, some of them came back to the Prophet ﷺ to surround him, to protect him. Very few. Zubayr was one of them. That is when he took so many arrows, more than 80 arrows on his body to protect the Prophet ﷺ. That is why the Battle of Uhud is known as the Battle of Zubayr. So when they were coming to finish off the Prophet, when they heard this, they said, he's in the hole, let us go back and finish him off completely. He will be gone. All the Muslims will be gone. That is when Allah said, فَزَادَهُمْ إِيمَانًا وَقَالُوا حَسْبُنَا اللَّهُ وَنِعْمَ الْوَكِيلُ. We increased their faith, their iman, and they said, حَسْبُنَا اللَّهُ وَنِعْمَ الْوَكِيلُ. The Muslims said, we put our trust in Allah. Allah is enough for us. He's the best of protectors. This is where we get these two statements from Ibrahim and from the Prophet ﷺ. So when Ibrahim ﷺ said this dua, he was about to be in the fire. He was about to burn to death. The angel told him, if you want, I will help you. Ibrahim said, I don't want help from you. He said, Hasbi Allah wa ni'mal wakil. So always you guys say this dua, learn the dua, memorize the dua. Always say Hasbi Allah wa ni'mal wakil. Even if you don't do your homework at night, and you know the next day you might be in trouble with Brother Moore, say Hasbi Allah wa ni'mal wakil. Maybe you will not get in trouble with Brother Mahmoud. So I give you a trick now. You forget your homework, just say Hasbi Allah wa ni'mal wakil. Hasbi Allah wa ni'mal wakil. Now don't try this at home now, please. Don't try this at home. So Ibrahim said Hasbi Allah wa ni'mal wakil. And after he said that, Allah made a statement. وَقُلْنَا يَا نَارْ كُونِي بَرْدًا وَسَلَامًا عَلَى إِبْرَاهِيمَ. Subhanallah. Ibrahim put his trust in Allah. Ibrahim depended only on Allah. Ibrahim said, Allah is sufficient for me. Allah is enough for me. I don't need the help of an angel. I don't need the help from anybody except Allah. Hasbi Allahu wa ni'mal wakil. When you say this statement, you have to mean it from the bottom of your heart. That truly and really, in reality, for real, you don't depend on anybody except Allah. You don't trust anybody except Allah. You don't rely on anybody except Allah. Because Allah is the best protector. Allah is the best guarantor. Hasbi Allahu wa ni'mal wakil. And when he said that, there was a result. The result, Allah now intervened. It was Jibreel who wanted to intervene. But when Ibrahim said, I don't need you, I need Allah, so Allah himself intervened. And what did Allah say? Allah made, what did Allah say? Allah made the most powerful statement in history, the most beneficial, and the most Monday, inshallah, we'll find out.